You can find us at BWSSpodcast.com and on Facebook at BWSS Podcast. This is because we said so. Let's start the show.
And now, recording from beautiful and sexy Miami, with your hosts, Seth and Laz and Research Lucas. It's because we said so.
Yes, sir.
When everybody knows your name. All right. So Lucas hasn't been called into work yet. We thought it might happen. Lucas does snow plowing and is off, as a side hustle. It's a great job, but let's face it, there's not a lot of work out there. So when it happens to get a few snows a year, he has work for a little while. So It won't be long. All right, folks. Well, yeah, this is because we said so. We got Seth on mic 1. We got Laz on mic 2.
Yo.
We got Lucas in mic 3.
Hey.
Sitting in front of a winter wonderland. Is that a little bit? Yeah, there you go. Ramazan in mic 4. Good? Awesome. Good team. All right, so we hail from Miami. You can get us at our website at BWSSpodcast.com. All the links are there. YouTube, Amazon, TikTok, they're all there. We record on camera, so those of you listening can watch us on YouTube. And also, we record at Arcane Studios. All the music is by the Unsilenced. 2 shows a week. First one, Mondays or Tuesdays, is the Weekend News, and that makes this one Friday, The Chill Side. So topics for today. We're going to be interviewing Ramazan here. So that's going to be our main topic. I had mentioned this in the last episode. He's just someone who really took advantage of the American dream. I think it's a great story. I think it's inspiring, something that all of us would like to hear. Me, Laz, and Ramazan also have beef, which is pretty cool. We got a little bit of an update. We have Lucas's weather, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of kick it off. Any questions out there? Any thoughts before we get started? Anyone? No. All right, so Ramazan, he is is officially the president and CEO. Is that how you have it listed?
I mean, that's just a position. Yeah.
Sure.
But the founder, I would call it founder and CEO, because
Founder, sure.
anybody can be a president and CEO, but the founder, I found the company, I found the name, I built the company, so...
Sure.
I remember when you started.
Yeah.
That works.
So,
Dude, I do too. So Global Tex Linens, which is his company, and I guess you go ahead. You can describe what you do, and then we'll kind of get into your story a little bit. But you provide linens, and please go for it.
yeah. Global Tex Fine Linens, that's the marketing and fictioner's name, but the real legal name, actually, Global Tex USA.
Okay.
I love this country. Like you mentioned, the American dream. A lot of people think that if American dream is dead, I say actually opposite. American dream is better than before. You can access actually faster now. It is just a different color now, right? So
Sure.
people need to adapt and change and get the American dream. So I still believe the American dream is there. Maybe you have to take an extra step. So Global Tex Fine Linens, it's a luxury linen company that focuses on providing on linens, wholesale and retail. But of course, our biggest business is wholesale, luxury hotels such as Ritz-Carlton's, W Hotels, and big Marriott chains.
When I saw the Ritz for the first time, like, yeah, bro, you made it. Once you see the Ritz, I'm like, yeah, there you go, bro.
Yeah.
So, but linens, so that's sheets, that's towels, that's robes, that's covers for the lounge stuff outside. Yeah. Any other main things that I've missed?
I mean, if you go to the hotel, anything related to the textile, we can make it.
Okay.
Yeah, from the rooms to the bathrooms to the pool and beach, towels, linens, like you mentioned earlier.
Sure.
Those are our, of course, bread and butter, but that's our main business.
Gotcha. All right, so let's get into a little bit of your story, and then when we get to the present in your story, we can expand a little bit, because you also have another company which you've launched as well, which which is pretty awesome.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah. So you were born in Turkey, correct?
I was born in Turkey, very small town, actually a village.
Okay.
South of Turkey, Mediterranean coast.
How many people did you say were in your village?
200, maybe 250.
That is, I mean, if it takes a village, that's a village, folks.
Yeah.
So Mediterranean.
So you have to go to a city for a school.
How far is the city?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's no school.
Did you have to? How did you get to school?
Walk most of the time.
Okay.
But if you can catch the bus, and we're not talking about the bus that leaves every half an hour.
Sure.
Once a day bus.
Oh man.
How far?
2 hours maybe. Yeah.
2 hour bus?
On the bus?
No, the walk.
Walk. Okay.
The walk was 2
I was
hours.
gonna say,
I'm like,
that's
whoa.
one hell of a walk.
So maybe 30 minutes bus.
Sure.
Wow. So it's still far. It's far.
That's still far.
Yeah.
Good Lord. So, and you had a lot of siblings, right?
9.
Yeah. So most
With me.
like brothers and sisters, mostly brothers, more sisters.
2 sisters and 7 brothers.
Man.
They live in Turkey or here
Yeah,
or they're
they all
everywhere?
live there.
They all
Wow.
live there still?
Yeah, I'm the only one actually who wanted to get out. I mean, of course, America was always in my dream. I really want to come and see the place. But once I saw it, a lot of people don't understand what they have here.
No, Americans don't. We take it for granted, for sure.
They don't. When they start to talk about, hey, in France they do this, in Switzerland they do this. I mean, you gotta stop, comparing the best things, and you cannot cherry pick.
Sure.
Yes, you talk about the Norway, which is like 3 million population, and we have 350 million. The system needs to be different. It is a great country. So when I came first 2006, and that's the time that I decided that I think I could make a living.
Sure. What kind of food did you guys eat? I mean, 9 siblings. The only reason I ask is that's a lot of people to cook for. Like what type of meals? We eat a lot of soups and porridges and stews and stuff here.
So I didn't come from a.
By the way, Ramazan, people usually bring beer. He brought a 2013 Australian Shiraz. So cheers. Anyway.
Cheers. Yeah, let me take a sip. Mediterranean food consists actually vegetable and fruits.
A lot of fish as well.
A lot of fish.
Nuts, olives.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's actually our next company is going to be.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Because you told me about it. I just love what you're doing. So school, like high school, grade school, obviously, did you like through all of schooling? So grade school, high school, junior high, all that, you had to
They're
travel?
all government schools.
You had to travel though?
They all,
That 2 hours?
They're all government schools.
Sure.
So after I finished my primary school, we had to move to a town. Not for me, of course, but the natural causes.
Primary, what would primary be? Like first through sixth? Fifth. Okay, sure.
5th grade, yeah, and then you do the second, which is 3, and then the high school, which is another 3 year.
Okay.
After that, my father died.
Okay.
In 2000, so I didn't have a chance to pursue the college or university degree, because imagine there's a lot of brothers and sisters.
Sure.
So
You're the
I
oldest?
start
Are
to
you
work.
the oldest?
I'm the youngest boy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Did you have any favorite subjects in school? Like what were you good at? What did you like?
History.
History.
Because I believe if you want to see the future,
Gotta look at the
how
past.
far you want to see the future, you need to go to the back.
Sure.
So if you want to see what could happen 50 years later, you need to go back 50 years, maybe 60 years. I mean,
Sure. So father passed away and you realized you weren't going to go to college. So was at that point you decided you were going to leave and come? Like, what point did you really I want to get out of here? And was America where you went right off the bat? Was there somewhere else you wanted to maybe travel to first?
Yeah. 2000, my father died, so 21 years ago.
Sure.
And around 2003, I was thinking about I have a choice in a couple of years. I have to go to the army because when you are 20 to 22 years old, you have to serve in the military service, right?
Okay.
So a couple of years.
So those 2 years, or 20 to 22, those 3 years are always dedicated to the military?
you
I
have
got
to
you.
go.
Everybody?
If you are a man, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody is. It's a mandatory actually. If you don't, you go to the jail and then you go to the military.
There's a lot of countries that do that, though. Fair enough, though. Yeah.
So
Do you want to go to jail first, or you just want to go straight to the military?
actually, if you choose the second option, which is I don't want to go, you go to the jail and then it becomes 4 years.
Oh, then you got to do 4 years in the military
man.
instead of. Oh, wow. Good
So-
Lord. That's a lot.
So you ended up going to the military?
But there are nice rules like laws that says if you leave the country, you work another country for 3 years supporting your family. If you come back, you don't have to go to the military.
Okay, that's cool.
So that was one of my dreams. Of course, not to go to the military
Fair enough.
because I believe that the guns is not a solution. That's of course different topic, but
Sure.
I don't believe it really resolve a lot of issues. It creates more problem for a short term, yes, but in a long term, it creates more problems.
Sure.
So I had a chance to get a job in cruise line, which was Celebrity Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean.
Celebrity? Okay.
Yeah.
I know someone done a lot of cruises. And he says if you want to have a really good time, be really well taken care of,
Yeah.
and not worry about anything, celebrity is the way to go.
I agree. Probably that time it was the best cruise line. So I worked there 2 years as a sommelier,
Okay.
wine steward.
I can relate for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll take that.
I always wondered about working for the cruise lines.
Working for cruise lines, I'm sure it's cool, but from what I hear, like you live in like a shell box that you have to like sleep in, and
Yeah.
man.
But you go everywhere.
When I moved, I had 4 roommates.
Oh, in the cruise line thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're
For
talking
2
about
years?
at the beginning. We're talking about a room this
Sure.
size.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, there's 4 of us in here. It's not,
Yeah. Not that
we're
much
in, yeah,
space.
not a lot of space for sure. So sommelier at a restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you
I-
know much about wine at the time?
I did, but
Okay.
not much, of course.
Sure.
I had to study and learn more.
Sure.
I did 2 years. So when I went there, I thought I'm going to have fun, go to Hawaii,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, Bermuda, Miami.
Do you get to enjoy any of the spots when you're working for the cruise line? Is there time for that?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, really?
Wow.
But it is on your resume. I said, I went to Hawaii.
Sure,
So
okay.
when I went to cruise line, in a month later, I said, damn, I should have chosen to go to the military.
Oh, man. Really?
Wow, really?
It is a tough work.
Wow.
I really
Is it because like you're on call all the time, or
so think about this. You have to work 6 months every day. You get up 5 a.m. in the morning
Wait, every day?
every day,
Like
day,
every day?
every day.
Wow.
It's
okay.
international water, so there is
There's
no
no
like
law.
law.
Sure,
there's
fair
no
enough.
law. I mean, there is law, but it's international law. So
There's no international labor laws except for not even like children, I don't think.
that's right.
so you 5 o'clock
But
in the
look,
morning?
I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful what brought me to my life, the experience, the discipline.
Sure.
But the schedule is follows. You get up 5:30. You work until 10:30, and you take a break 1 hour. Go to the lunch until 2:30, 3 o'clock. You take another 1 break, 4:30, 5 o'clock for dinner shift until 11 to 12.
And then you're up at 5:30 again.
Yes, sir.
Good Lord. Was the money at least like worth it?
You don't pay tax,
Okay.
and there is no expenses, so you save the money.
Okay.
No days off.
So basically you're just working and you have no
Yeah.
expenses.
After
Okay.
the 6 months, you get like a week off, a month off, or
2 months, but if they need you, they call you earlier.
Oh, wow.
Look, I'm grateful for the company. I'm grateful the job that I took.
Sure.
We are not.
I'm sure you learned a lot.
I'm just telling the facts. This is not a complaint. It was a great job. I learned a lot.
So what'd you do after that?
Moved to Miami.
Oh, okay.
2008,
Nice.
April. I've been to Miami a couple times, and I said this is the place that I really I should live.
Sure.
The palm trees, the beaches. It was not the way it is now, of course.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Oh, it's changed a lot.
A
Big
lot.
time.
I would never imagine, but it happened.
How was your English at the time? Did you speak English as well as you do now?
It's bad, like now.
Oh,
Nah, your English is
no,
great.
English is whatever.
I try to improve, but this is the worst city to improve English.
It's not. It's
for
the
real.
worst one. You want to improve English, there's definitely better cities for that. You could move to, Nebraska and learn. So, did you have a job lined up? Like,
No,
you just
no.
I'm just going to show up. And did you have friends here? Did you get a hotel until you found a place?
Actually, I lived with a couple of my friends.
Okay.
Who used to live here, actually.
You
So-
met them here, or you knew them?
No, I knew them from Turkey.
Okay. Oh, so they came here first.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
They were
Nice.
here.
Nice.
So I stayed with them a couple months, and
What was your first job?
I worked in Sagamore Hotel
Okay, Sagamore, sure.
as a food runner.
Okay, sure.
But we were running the food from the kitchen all the way to the beach, and nobody would do this job except me
In
because
like July and August, that's got to be
because I didn't have my work permit.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
That's horrible. That's sand and then heat. And,
Yeah.
So when I first got here, just jumping aside real fast, my first job was a restaurant in Ocean Drive, and I would sweat so much because we had to wear khakis that the khakis would just stick to my legs. It was just awful. So I couldn't imagine.
But I'm
having
gonna say
freaking-
this.
Yeah.
After cruise line,
Sure.
working in a
In
ship,
paradise.
this was a paradise to me.
Sure.
So I would smile. I would carrying the trays and the food, and the other waiter and bussers would tell me, "What the fuck? Why are you smiling all the time?"
you don't know where I
You
came
don't
from,
even
bro.
know. I would
"Man."
rather be in the military than where I just
I
was.
said, "Brother, you don't know where I come from."
Sure.
So they wouldn't like me.
Sure.
Oh man, you always have a positive attitude though, so maybe that's
That could be it. People that are just miserable hate people that are happy. There's no doubt.
How
about
can
that.
you be happy if you don't know what you don't have?
Sure, that's true.
So sometimes it's good to have to lose some of the things that you have to really appreciate
100%.
what you really have. You know?
literally when I saw you. If it was somebody else, I don't think I would have stopped. Like honestly. And I was
So-
already late for it because you always have a positive attitude. That's all I remember.
100%.
Always smiling.
And that's kind of what we're going to get into next. What brought you to the Fontainebleau, where Gotham Steak, where you, me, and Laz worked together? How did you get there from when you first got here?
How I got to Fontainebleau.
Because you got to know somebody. You don't just get in. Like people
yeah.
that just drop off resumes.
No, sir.
Never.
You have to know somebody. You'll never get in without it.
Even if you know somebody, it still takes time.
Yeah, it's just forget it.
I had a friend, Umut Kisa.
Oh, I remember.
Kisa.
Yeah. He's from Turkey
look-
also. Sure.
We work together.
He's awesome,
and
man. Love
he said,
him.
"Look, there is a."
He goes to Burning Man every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming to Miami.
Oh, is he? Nice. We got to hang, man. We got to hang for sure.
He's leaving Los Angeles like everybody else.
Oh, he's moving back?
yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just visiting. Nice, dude. That's
No,
awesome.
he's leaving.
So, yeah, because he was a manager with us, dude. He was awesome. I was bummed when he left.
He asked me, said, "Hey, there is a position here if you wanna try your chance." So I did, and I got the job.
You got to work with Dara?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dara is like one of those guys. You just love him, but sometimes you just...
Dara.
I like the guy.
Yeah.
I like the guy.
He was awesome,
It's
man.
discipline, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's
Had your
something.
back every single time.
That's something that
no,
we
you
don't
can't
like.
give us... We won't split the check 10 ways. We
Yeah.
won't do it. You know?
Dara was great.
He was
Great
awesome,
guy.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great
he'll
guy.
be up your ass though. But it
Yeah,
was
he
great.
would.
Yeah.
He held it down.
Do you know?
for it.
Do you know? Sometimes you want to hate somebody, but you always look for a reason that to hate somebody.
Yeah, and you always find it if you look hard enough.
Yes, you do. But at the same time, you say, "Man, this guy's trying. He's mean because he wants me to do better."
He's passionate.
Right?
Yeah.
For us to make more money, for the restaurant to do better, for customer satisfactions,
Sure.
for many things. So yes, you get angry, sometimes, but the guy was great.
He was awesome.
I really like that.
If you needed something and you called him,
Yeah.
he goes.
Yeah.
That he'll scream at you later or whatever.
He'll bust
but
a table
no matter
for
what,
you.
Yep.
Whatever he needed, he would. And I'm 6'3". I think he's taller than
Yeah, he's
I
taller
am.
than you.
But this big guy, like in a suit, who's like the man in the restaurant busting a table. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, working with you, Ramazan, was great, man. Those were the freaking days when it was, like Gotham, and then it moved into the steakhouse. Like, and I was, I wanted to. You mentioned this earlier, Laz, but I don't think I've ever seen you pissed off. Like, I know
I've
it
seen
has
him
to
pissed off.
happen.
I've
Oh,
seen him
have you?
pissed off.
I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, have you? Okay.
I got them.
Okay. But yeah, dude.
But
I mean,
usually no.
You were awesome to work with, dude. And those were the days. There's no doubt about that.
I think the team that we had at one point,
Sure.
probably one of the best team that I ever worked.
Yeah.
When you individualize the people, talented, hardworking,
Sure.
it was like a machine. I mean,
Yeah.
so-
At one point, dude, we were rocking like 400, 500 covers almost every single night.
yeah.
So you worked at the Fontainebleau. I can't remember if I left before you did or you left.
He left before us.
He
I
left
left.
before us, sure. And you had just you had been done with it. And this was when you started Global Techs USA, right?
No.
Okay.
I left.
Yeah. Why did you leave Fontainebleau? Such a great place to work.
Yeah. Sometimes
Until you leave.
in life, it's over.
Sure.
I'm not talking about the Fontainebleau. Great place. I'm very grateful. But
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. I'm not exaggerating at all.
hospitality-
It's an amazing place to
yeah,
work.
hospitality industry was done for me. Look,
Sure.
I started work when I was 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, you polishing shoes or something like
Yeah.
that, you said?
Yeah,
7
yeah.
or 8?
Yeah, that I'm telling you, I have pictures. I will forward those to you. But those are the age that I start to work. So that is related to the hospitality.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So I've been in hospitality all these years.
Wait, hold on. Were you did you set up your own little box or were you in like a polishing shoe shop?
I had it
place?
with me in my shoulders.
Sure.
So I would go to downtown. Think about like downtown Miami,
Sure.
and go to the stores or go to the individual places, coffee shops, and ask the people if I can polish.
I mean,
their
who's going
shoes.
to turn down a 7, 8-year-old wanting to polish her shoes? I would like to think you killed it, unless there's a lot of other competition from the 9 and 10-year-olds, trying to elbow you out of their spots.
It showed me how to make a sale. Actually, I mean, I learned so much.
Sure, no doubt.
During that time,
Which is probably helping you a lot right now.
it does. Yes.
So after Fontainebleau,
I started to work for wine company, which
Okay.
is Premier Beverage.
Okay, sure.
Now it's called Breakthrough.
Breakthrough. And that was as a sales rep?
Yes.
Sure. That's a lot. That's a hustle too.
Yes, a lot of hustle. But it was a different than restaurant hotel business. So a little bit change.
Sure.
So I was very excited. 2 years I worked there. I was very happy.
You were selling stuff also while you were working with us, no?
I was planning,
Oh, you were planning.
talking. I was telling everybody my ideas. I want to do this. I want to do that, and everybody
master
says,
plan.
"Get the fuck out of here!"
Sure. Everybody in the restaurant business talks. Just
well,
few
one of
people
my-
actually do it.
One of my idea that I had that time, and I remember even the day I even told Svetlana, I said, "Hey, Svetlana, I have this great idea," and she said, "I am so fucking busy."
I believe that's
That's
exactly
definitely
This-
her.
I run into her a few times.
I
She
love
said,
her, dude.
"This table, I'm dealing with this bitch. Now I'm gonna deal with your ideas."
Yeah.
Look at that! Look,
That sounds just like
said-
her.
Oh, it's awesome. But she doesn't do it in a mean way.
No,
she's
No,
being
no.
very
She's very
loving.
focused on
yeah,
work.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I love her because she was so natural.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Absolutely.
So I told her my idea. Other day, I told my idea to this billionaire, and he says, "Hey, I have all this money. I can put the idea. Look at my idea." The idea was nobody listened to me that time. Now,
Sure. We're listening now.
yeah.
So,
So think about this.
hold on.
There's a lot of
Go ahead.
there's a lot of flights. People are traveling, right?
Sure.
Which is gonna go back to the normal eventually, right?
Yeah.
one of the things that people start to carry, especially considering me, I used to travel a lot, and I'm still doing actually, but not as much as I used to. Back in days, I thought about this idea. So I said, you have toothpaste and toothbrush, 2 items. Think about converting that to one item, a tube,
Sure.
right? But on top with a brush.
Sure.
So when you press the tube,
It just comes
toothpaste goes
right
to,
up.
Toothpaste comes
exactly,
up.
Sure.
and brush your teeth. And I told this guy, he was a billionaire a couple of days ago. No, 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry. He says, yeah, let's do it. So difference between what was then and now, think about this.
Well,
Sweatland.
because you have more clout, obviously, you're more successful, so
No,
people
no.
are much more likely to listen.
No, they are very smart people as well. You are very smart. Svetlana is very smart. I mean, this group is very smart people. Like the people in Wall Street, what's happening now, they are genius. They're smart people.
Sure.
But they never have the time, the opportunity to think and determine and finish the job.
Yeah.
They always make us busy, right?
True.
Think about this.
More money, more problems.
Think about this. You get your paycheck. Like when I came to this country, the first time when I get a paycheck, I said, I asked my manager. I
I'm
said,
rich, biatch.
yeah, I asked my manager. I said, how much I'm going to make? He says it's around $1,000. I said, oh, that's great. So every 2 weeks I'm gonna make $1,000, right?
He said no every week. Nah.
So when I get $1,000,
Sure.
I realized it was not $1,000. I said it was
Taxes.
$600.
Taxes.
So I went to the manager office and said, sir, it's not $1,000. He says, yes, that goes to the government back. I said, so why they don't give me only $600? You're right.
True. Surprise.
Yeah. So I started work wine company.
Yep.
I was there 2 years. Very grateful as well.
100%.
And then I decided to do my own company because I said I was reaching out 29 and 30 years old. Those are the great age to take a risk.
Sure.
How I know? Example of my brothers. I have so many brothers.
Yeah.
And I look at them, and, some of them are 40. And when you talk to them, I'm talking about that time, of course.
Yeah.
They give up on their life already. They said, I cannot take a risk. I have 2 kids. I have a mortgage. So it's done.
I know a lot about it.
So I said, if I need to take a risk, this is a great age. So I took it. Of course, I'm not telling anybody go out there blindly take risks. Right?
Sure. Or not telling people over 40 not to take risks.
That's right.
Sure.
Because age is a number. So which 40, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
That's also another question.
Did you know what you wanted to do? We were like, this is what I'm going to do. I quit. I'm jumping in.
I had 2 ideas. The first idea was food,
Okay.
which was olive oil. The second idea was the textile. I couldn't do the first idea, which was food. It was more complicated. You needed more preparation, more finance, more experience. So I said, let me go to the second idea, which was the textile.
Yeah.
Being working in the hotel, being working in the restaurant.
You already had
business.
connections.
And yes, but I saw the gap. The gap was in this country, in luxury hotels, luxury restaurants, they didn't have good textile.
Yeah.
They were paying a lot of money, but they didn't have good products.
So how do you know, what point, I don't know what good textile is. I mean, I guess if you put 2 to 2 together next to each other, I'd figure it out. So where did you learn your knowledge on what a good textile is?
Yeah. So Turkey is known for textile
Sure.
in the history, actually, the last 2,000 years probably. Turkey used to produce more cotton than anywhere in the world.
Huh.
Now is the U.S. U.S. is the number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is
I
it-
would have
it's-
thought it was China since they get it for free.
It's always been, yes, China went up and down, but U.S. is number 1.
Nice.
U.S. used to produce...
Suck it, Earth. Just saying. No, I'm just kidding.
This
Yeah.
guy.
U.S. produce cotton,
Okay.
and they used to have a lot of textile factories here, right? One of the reasons that we went to a civil war was the cotton productions, because we needed the country needed a slave to work on the cotton fields.
Sure.
and the people in the South didn't want to, release the slaves.
Of course.
One of the reasons, of course, there's many reasons, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
But Federal Reserve Bank is using cotton in dollars.
Okay.
90% is cotton and 10% is the linen.
Huh.
Yeah. And so that's why they didn't want the cotton prices to go up. Otherwise, the dollar production cost is going to go up.
Sure.
So that's why they pushed all the textile factories to go outside of the countries, such as Mexico. And then when they started to make the deal with the China, it went to the China, India, Pakistan.
Sure.
That's the biggest, the importers for U.S. And that's, I saw the gap, and it was very strange to me. There was no a textile factory in the biggest
Cotton distributor.
Cotton producer in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
There is so much thing I have learned by studying. I said, well, there is no factory here. I mean, in Turkey, the town that we work, that we produce, there is 390 factory.
Oh, okay.
It's a small town, and there is 82 town city in Turkey. So think about that. How many factories?
Oh, so there's textile factories everywhere, basically.
Yes.
Every city,
Sure.
whole bunch.
Because you need to have a textile factory to produce for the hotels, for homes, for
Sure.
residentials, right?
Unless you're American and you just buy it from elsewhere.
You just buy.
Sure.
We love to buy.
so
Just buy.
when you decided, okay, I'm
Buy
gonna
and write a review. That's what we do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So you decided to go into that. Now, was it obviously you had to go back to Turkey and source fabric? I mean, like, did you know you wanted to just start with sheets or whatever? Because I know slowly, I see when you slowly added stuff over the years too, but was it mostly sheets in the beginning, correct?
We started with two products. It was pool and beach towels.
Okay.
Because Florida, beach, so
Sure, that makes sense.
It will make sense.
Sure.
You don't want to go against the wind. You want to go flow.
Absolutely.
right?
You don't want to piss into the wind, as they say.
That's right. So that was, I think it was a great opportunity, and we took advantage. We started with two products. Now we have 79
Sure. Yeah.
stock items.
And this is what, 6 years, right? 7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
1 year, it took a preparation. So I prepare myself. I study about all the factories, companies, distributors who is doing amazing.
Yep.
But at the same time, the companies who is doing bad or going bankruptcy, what are the reasons?
Sure.
So I didn't have to do the same mistakes again.
So what were a couple of your first challenges when you're like, okay, I'm going to do it? Like, what were the first, like, hard, I don't want to say hard lessons, but like things you had to overcome to
Money.
get this off the ground? Money?
Money.
Yeah, sure. You know,
The money.
It always comes back to that.
Because I didn't come from, a wealthy, a rich family.
Sure.
But I also had a struggle with the system. The system, it's so complicated for the people to do business. I think it should be
You're talking
more.
about here in America?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it was difficult, but they made it difficult, right? I think the government needs to have resources to allow the people to do business, but while showing them, making it easy instead of making it difficult.
Sure.
With the permits and laws. And
Yes.
I
It's
mean,
so
there's a lot
complicated.
of oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the statistics says 50% of the people give up before they open the company?
Just because they're tired of all the bullshit.
That's right.
Before they
Wow.
even open.
So I call America a fat and heavy.
Sure.
Think about China, light. They are fast.
Yeah.
When they have an idea and they go to the government, and in a month they already done. Look at during the COVID process, right? Maybe let's take our company out of the picture. I decided in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was already done. The machine was bought. We were actually making the mask.
I remember that. Yeah.
China, in 3 weeks, whole country start to produce masks, wipes, all the PPE.
Yeah, well,
So yes, there is
Trump
behind.
didn't have the balls to order these, and these companies are like, hey, we want to produce this stuff, and Trump just refused to accept. I'm not saying we would have done as well as China because we don't have the directives and we don't have the forceful nature in which we can apply things, but.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, when Antoine was here last week, he's like, you know, we need to be more like China. Yeah, he just said that last week on the show. So there's definitely some congruence
we can
there.
do that?
Yeah.
I say cut the bullshit.
Sure,
Cut the bullshit.
cut the fat.
I need a permit to run the business, right?
Yeah,
It should be simple.
yeah,
I should be able to go online, apply, upload the pictures. I don't need to hire a lawyer. I shouldn't need to hire a lawyer.
Makes sense.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
I want to open a business not to pay the other people. Why I have to hire a lawyer to open my business?
and I assume that stuff you had to deal with pretty much all on the way with a lot of your
it makes me
permitting.
angry a little bit.
Like every-
Seth.
Yeah, no
all the
doubt
time.
about that.
I can understand.
Is your factory here? Or
So
Factories in Turkey, right?
we do here too.
Oh,
We
you do?
production, yeah. But
Well, I
made
know
in-
you have that. I mean, is it other than the place where I visited? You
Yeah.
have another area as well.
Yeah,
Wow. So now America has one linen factory, folks.
that's right, sir.
That's awesome, man.
we can get it fast. It doesn't have to be shipped.
Right away.
That's great.
It is difficult to produce. You know, the literally last 15, 16 years, I don't know how many elections that I have seen. I try to observe, follow the news during the election times. Every politicians, regardless liberal, conservative, they promise the same thing:
Yeah.
save the jobs, create more jobs, bring the production here.
Taxes down.
And you know, they do exactly the opposite when they go to the office.
Yeah, because they just
We're
want
not
to get
talking about
elected.
we're not talking about the president only. We're talking about the local,
Everyone, bro.
Yeah.
the representative, senators,
'Cause they
governors.
like those
Because
lobbyists.
they want you to vote for
Yes.
them. Bro.
Yep.
That's it.
So, system is broken.
Sure.
It needs to be fixed
Good
and
luck.
replaced with something better.
Sure.
There are amazing people out there.
Yeah.
There are amazing people out there who wants to work, who wants to open business, who wants to bring new things to the table.
Sure.
The government, it's on the way.
Yeah.
That's the problem right now.
I agree. How long did it take you from when you're like, you applied for the permit or the permits to where you're like, okay, I can finally operate as a business?
Look, some of the permits takes a couple years.
Oh, Jesus
Wow.
Christ. For what?
Exactly. So
I mean,
Look,
what were
I
you
don't
trying
wanna-
to get a permit for? To import like plutonium?
no,
like,
no, no. Exactly. Like the buildings that we are building now, it's been 2 years.
Sure.
The constructions, you know, and we didn't do much. We still don't have the final permits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good Lord. No
It's
wonder
been-
you need a fucking lawyer.
It's been 2.5 years.
There's no way to expedite it.
But
No.
I refuse to pay the lawyers.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You know, I instead of paying to a lawyer, I want to give that money to
your employees.
my guy in
Yeah.
the warehouse,
100%.
bonus him, my lady in the production.
Giving a car to your assistant,
why
which
lawyer?
I saw.
I am not giving to the lawyers.
Sure. I'm with you on
I
that.
refuse that.
So you're all right. You finally get operational at least. So did you work with somebody? Did you hire somebody? Did you just go out by yourself? Like,
did it.
door to door.
I did it.
So what was your first What was your first meeting like, or your first sale like?
You talk about the sales, right?
Yeah, like when you finally went out and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to get my first account.
It took 6 months.
Okay, sure. Wait, 6 months of trying to get people to buy?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was actually in a stage that I said, man, I made the wrong choice.
But that's the thing. When you're making life-changing choices like that, call it fate, call it God, call it, whatever, it's going to test you.
Yeah.
And it's going to make sure that you really want what you really want. But if you break through that and
That's
you
right.
push through that, obviously you can see what can happen.
There is a dream and there is realistic.
Sure.
So
Dream
that
and
was
reality.
I was dreaming to have a company, to operate my own company. And after a while, you start to think that maybe you dream about the wrong thing.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and you're running out of the money. You don't have paycheck coming in.
Still don't have the fucking permits.
That's right. That's right.
So who was your first account?
Ritz Carlton Key Biscayne.
Wow, look at you, bro! Right off the bat. So, how did that work? Were you trying to contact them for like ever, and you finally got the meeting? You know, something like that. How did you were able to close that one?
So I got probably lucky that their supplier.
Luck is the residue of design, folks.
Somebody told me once, the luck is intersection of preparation and opportunity.
Sure.
So
Fair enough.
You gotta be ready for the luck, actually, right? So that intersection is called luck. So I think I was ready, and there was an opportunity. Opportunity was they needed this product. I introduced myself before, telling them that we could be your supplier. Right?
How did you find out that they needed it? Like, did somebody tell you that?
No. I mean, I was checking on that account very often.
Okay, sure.
Do you need it? Do you need it?
Okay. Oh yeah, you finally need. Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have this product? My supplier told me that they don't have. Sure, I got it.
Nice.
So from there, it was probably a domino effect because giving a reference
from the Ritz Carlton,
such a client.
Sure. I mean, when you find like we're doing it, this is gonna happen. I mean, did you pop a bottle or anything like that, or?
I was very happy.
Sure.
Do you know what I did? I went to rent a truck at Uhal, to deliver the products.
Nice.
So the guy at the loading dock, he says, "Man, I remember you from somewhere. Did you come here before?" I said, "Yes, I came with my jacket to sell the product.
Sure.
Now I'm delivering the product."
Good for you, bro. That's freaking awesome. Wow. That's amazing. All right. So when was it you're like, all right, now I need to hire an employee? Like what was your first employee that you had to hire?
Oh, Lord. It was a sales manager.
Okay. Sure. Someone to manage the accounts essentially that you had?
Yes.
I got
so
you.
I could still manage, but I said
you
I
needed to grow the business. You need somebody else to manage what you already had.
That's right.
Yeah, I got you.
So and from there, now we are 22
Sure.
here.
Yep.
And 600 plus in Turkey, which
Yep.
is we have an office there too.
And you own the factory that everything's made in Turkey?
We do.
You do.
We have partial. So remember, there are factories that we worked that they've been there for many years.
Sure.
We have partial partnership with them.
Okay.
But we do have our offices that belongs to us that works independently to go and check on the factories to make sure everything is good.
Because I see you
belongs
there,
to us. Yeah.
just making sure everything looks good, and I see the videos. Your social media game is awesome.
I don't do that as much as maybe I should or I used to, because there are people now, but we have
flying
offices.
overseas isn't easy right now either.
Yes, so we have offices and the people there that belongs to the offices that we own,
Sure.
that work for us, and to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
I got you. So now, you've been doing this for all, what was it, 79 products you said you had?
Yeah.
Okay. And 600 plus in Turkey, you said 22 employees here.
Yeah.
So you've been doing really, really well. I looked online, your sales, did a little research. So your sales in 2019 were a little over 2 million, correct?
4.
Oh, it was 4?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have looked at an older article.
Yeah.
So, and then of course last year we know exactly. So, I mean, you're freaking crushing it. And so more recently, which it's actually already been launched, but now you're doing global foods, correct?
Yes.
Correct. So you want to, have a sip of beautiful wine and give us a little rundown on. I finished mine. It is delicious.
This is going to be part of the global food.
Is it really?
The wine, yeah.
This wine?
And the wine.
Oh wow, dude! Good for
wine.
you. Sign me up. All right, cool. So please tell
actually,
us.
when I was in Turkey last year, I was looking for a winery to purchase. Make sure that there is a wine in our portfolio.
Sure.
Global food. So Global Tex Fine Linens is the textile side of
Sure.
the business. As the world changing, this was not much about the COVID and what's happening. This was on my plan, on my radar, to do something related to the food. But during the COVID, probably I had more time to study and to work in the office.
Didn't we all? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, seriously.
Yes. I think this is a great time to ask ourselves, what we can do better. Right?
Sure.
The life is not, enjoyable if there is no ups and downs. So
Sure.
let's consider 2000.
Gotta have the shit to enjoy the sugar, folks.
Yeah.
Sure. So Global Foods.
Global Food. We just launched. Probably we're gonna start to make the initial sales in couple weeks.
I'll say couple years. Wow.
I
Okay.
know. Oof.
Waiting for permits.
Couple weeks.
Sure.
Couple
What are
weeks.
you going to be selling?
Our focus is going to be organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, organic nuts and dry fruits.
Pistachios, hazelnuts,
That's our first 2 product, and we're gonna add more things, of course.
wine, apparently, which is awesome.
Wine, water.
Water.
That'll be for like hotels, like minibar stuff, or
High-end supermarkets,
Oh, high-end
hotel,
supermarket.
minibars,
Okay.
restaurants. Yeah.
Because pistachios and hazelnuts are like a turkey thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
The 74% of the hazelnut production in the world is done in Turkey.
Nice.
Really?
Yes. 30%.
I was telling him, actually, Ramazan went to visit you. I was telling him when Elena went to Russia last, she came home with hazelnut Snickers, which doesn't exist here.
Yes.
But since it's close to Turkey, where all the hazelnuts are, of course they would do the hazelnut Snickers.
I believe something shocking, and that is going to be about the food and the water.
Sure. Well, definitely water. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that.
But remember, if there's no water, there's no food.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So it's all related to each other. Of course, we are doing business here. I consider this as a business because I want to make sure that there is more people that I can hire, more people that we can take care of, more families that we can, take care. But there's, of course, amazing businessmen out there as well. So I consider myself in that group.
Sure.
We do this to lead the market, to show the people that it's possible while you're taking care of your employees, you can still take care of your customers.
Yeah.
I don't believe customer is always right.
Yeah.
I think we can find the middle ground.
That's why he left the service industry.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? I can't. I'm just, no.
How can you be fucking right if this steak that I give you is a medium rare and you're telling me is a medium well?
Yeah.
Just because of you don't want to pay the check.
Sure. Sure.
So
That's true.
So I think we can find a middle ground where we can tell the employees, hey, we need the customers, we need their money,
Sure.
but at the same time, we need to take care of you as well. So to find the middle ground, making sure each understand each other. It's hard. It's hard for a lot of people to spend time with the people they work with.
Sure.
Nowadays, nobody wants to give each other the time.
Yeah.
The time to listen each other to problems. So every day I tell the people, this is my office. This is my cell phone. Anybody has a problem, that you have a problem with your rent, you have a problem with the food, come here. We take care of you.
Sure.
You and me. We
Sure.
resolve the issue.
And you
without
promised your staff you'd pay it when COVID hit. You're like, I'm going to pay you guys for a year.
That's the first meeting that I had when March 14, when they decided to close the country and the world eventually.
Sure.
The first meeting that I had, I assured them their paycheck is set for a year.
Sure.
And
That's
I
what's
said,
up, man.
in
That's
a year,
fine. Hell yeah.
in a year, a lot of things. But look, while this is the right thing to do, right? This is the ethic thing to do.
Sure.
It's a good business decision making as well,
Of course.
right?
Because you're building loyalty.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're loyal to them.
That's
they're
right.
loyal to
Look,
you. Yeah.
that's the second stage. I did it because it's the right thing to do, right? The second stage, that's why when I look at the other business owners firing people, and I said, you guys are crazy. How are you going to bring these people back? I said, well, there's always people you can hire.
Yeah, Laz
Yeah,
will tell
right.
you.
No.
I didn't go back.
Yeah,
No,
Laz
sir.
doesn't go back. Exactly.
No, sir. No,
Not
sir.
even for
No,
more
sir.
money.
Yeah.
Because I was employee.
Sure.
I look at myself and says, would I go back? No fucking
Hell
way.
no.
Because I have 2 kids. I have to take care of them. I have family. I have to take care of
Just
them.
can't afford to take the risk.
I am not going to rely on an employment.
Sure.
I have to go and work.
Well, you're right.
I look at myself. I said, would I go back to the company? They fire me the first day.
Yeah.
Man, wait 2 weeks, wait 4 weeks, wait 6 weeks, and tell them, hey, you run out of the money.
Yeah.
The first week you make that decision,
Forget it.
it already shows you that you are greedy, or you are not a good
And
business
you don't
leader.
respect what I bring to the table, for
That's
sure.
right.
But they're not doing. That means you can't even afford to do it. Like, so why do I want to work? Why do I want to work for you?
Look, if we talk about the hospitality, hotel, restaurants, or any other business, actually, they've been doing amazing the last 20 years.
Sure.
Look, without a doubt, they made a lot of money. So you don't have reserve money out there sitting in a bank account for a couple months.
At least a couple months.
Or-
especially paying, what, $3 or $4 an hour, whatever it is, as a tipped employee.
That's right.
For sure. All right. So if people want to just kind of check you out, go to your website or websites, where do they find you? Right into the camera.
Yes, sir. www.globaltexusa.com.
Sure.
That's our textile division. And Global Food
There you go.
USA.com is the food divisions, which we'll be launching 2 years. I believe
2 years, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Diversity.
He's used to the permits just taking forever, folks.
I know. It's still here. I'm thinking about the permits.
Yeah, for sure.
The diversity in business, in finance, is the secret.
Yeah.
So that's
No
why we want to make sure that Global Food can support Global Techs and Global Techs can support the Global Food.
For sure. Well, I'm sure in the beginning, Global Tech's going to be supporting Global Foods for a while, but with your business that you're in, the contacts that you have, they definitely go hand in hand. All right, so we're going to take a quick little break. That was a long one, folks. We appreciate you sticking with us. We're going to come back with Lucas's weather. We got some beef. Quick update, Laz's Corner of Positivity. And we'll wrap it up. We'll see you guys in a bit. Boom.
Dude, that's
You have a
all
Genesis now?
I've had a Genesis.
Yeah, he's had it
It's
for a
silver
couple
car.
years now. That's when he's like, I'm going to get a car. And I was like, okay, you got yourself a car, bro. Look at you. Didn't have to like get it from the scrap heap and duct tape it together.
What year is it?
Hey, 2009, first year, low VIN number, low miles.
Low VIN number. Nobody cares about that.
What do you mean low VIN number?
Yeah, like,
one of the
the last
first
six-
ones
oh,
made.
dude. Well, then that's awesome.
That's exactly what I'm
What
looking
was it?
for.
Number 1,250-12.
No, it's 28,000 off the line.
There you go. Nice even number. All right, so we're back. And Lucas, are you ready with your weather?
Research
Yes, I
Lucas
am.
with the weather.
All right. So Lucas, what do we have for the weather this week?
This week, we have it coming from Canada.
Canada? Okay, sure. Canada, eh?
Hey,
All right.
Blood Vein, Manitoba, Canada.
Blood vein?
Blood
What
Vein.
the? Blood vein.
I looked
like
it up.
spelled exactly like it sounds?
Yes, one word.
V-E-I-N. Okay.
Yep. Bloodvein.
Blood vein. Wow.
It's a
Okay.
Native American reservation up in Canada, obviously.
Sure.
It was named after a major battle between tribes inhabiting the mouth of the river and one of the neighboring tribes where the blood flowed into the river.
Okay, fair enough.
And
Nice.
I got that little nice little tidbit from Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Okay, sure. All right. So weather from Bloodvein, Manitoba. Is that what you said? Carbonara?
Manitoba, Canada.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So starting with Saturday.
It's February 6th.
It's okay. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yep. Tomorrow.
Fair
I was
enough.
about to say January.
Sure. February's 5th. 6th.
6th.
Okay.
-12.
Oh, jeez.
With a low of -24 Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow. Dude.
That's horrible.
Cloudy with a 6% chance of precipitation with the winds coming out of the northwest at 14 miles per hour.
14? That's a little loud. Hey, come on.
And I want to point out, 3 days prior to today on the 6th, it was a high of 24.
High of 24.
So within 3 days, I went from 24 to -12.
Wow. Freezing. Frigid. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, Sunday,
February 7th, -14, -20.
Good
Partly
Lord. Partly cloudy. Okay. Doesn't matter how
Yes.
cloudy it is. The sun's not going to help at that temperature.
Not at all.
Chance of precipitation at 4% with the winds coming out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour.
All right. 9. Okay.
Monday, February 8th. High of -7, low of -17.
Wait, high of -7?
High of -7.
Holy crap.
It did warm up. Mostly cloudy.
okay.
Mostly cloudy.
I'm sure it is.
With the
Who
chance of
lives up there?
precipitation. Canadians.
Yeah, true. Blood vein folk.
Chance of precipitation at 9% with the winds coming out of the west-northwest at 8 miles per hour.
8 miles. Okay. A little better.
Tuesday, February 9th. High of 2. Low of -9. Partly cloudy
Fahrenheit,
with an
right?
18%
What's that?
chance.
Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius?
That's
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And once you get to 0, though, and you can start, but dude.
As long as you don't do 0 Kelvin.
Sure. Yeah. Seriously. What is that? -352, something like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Chance of precipitation at 18% with the winds coming out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour.
Okay.
Wednesday, February 10th. High of 5.
Oh, okay. Damn, dude. Hold on. It's sizzling there. Sizzling. Just saying.
Low of -7.
Ah, he ruined it. Okay.
Mostly cloudy, though.
Okay. Mostly cloudy.
Chance of precipitation
is.
at 16%, with the winds coming out of the west at 8 miles per hour.
All right. That was Wednesday?
Yep.
All right. So here we go.
Research Lucas with the weather.
Wow. Bloodvein, Manitoba, Canada. If you live there, good Lord. I guess you have pretty high gas or oil bill. What's that?
I believe I heard, at least in northern Alaska and these Arctic states,
Sure.
they use refrigerators to keep their food
Stuff warm? Wow.
Yeah, to keep
that
it from
makes
freezing.
sense.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I never heard of that. All right.
Actually, that was gonna be my question. Do they use refrigerator?
Yeah. Do you need to? You certainly don't need a freezer. That's for sure.
So I think you need a refrigerator to make a coffee.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Good Lord.
That's crazy.
All right. So go ahead.
I was going to say my neighbor asked me if it was a good idea if she would leave her beer outside.
It would freeze. I left the beer in the freezer, exploded all over the place. That's for sure. All right. Well, we're going to move into.
What? You got beef?
Actually, let me turn the volume back up. I had to turn it down because of the sound effects because that wind is loud.
What? You got beef?
There we go. So
Crackling
Laz,
ice was crazy.
yeah, right. So Laz, you had some beef, bro. Is it work related?
Yeah, how come I'm gonna just bring it up?
It's
So,
work related. Is this
yep.
the one from last week? You're like,
Yeah.
okay.
So the first thing I don't know if I told you I was training to do like a process guide.
Sure.
track. All right. So
Like the next step up in the management chain, sort of, kind of,
yeah,
right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So originally I wanted to do ship clerk. Basically, that deals with the logistics for what trucks and trailers leave and the times they need to go out, and you're basically coordinating all of that.
Sure.
So there was a girl that came from another department, and they started training her, and then she was like kind of whatever. She's like, she wasn't great, but she wasn't bad. But me and one of our friends, one of the people I work with, I was like, yo, why don't you train one of us to do it, since we kind of already dealing with that already? Because remember, that's my job is to load
Yeah,
trucks
we
and
know
setting them
all
out.
their names already.
Yeah, so like we know all the times, the trucks, like
Sure.
like so. She's like, oh no, we need you guys on the floor, this and that. So whatever. So when the other manager asked me to do the process guide, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I might as well just leave that little area and go work with them.
Sure.
So mine's just been like 2 weeks now. Yo, like it's worse work. I think it's the worst job right now.
Processors, really?
No, like yeah, because I'm basically supporting everybody's role like on the dock. So
Sure.
like, if making sure they have their pallets, making
Oh,
sure
so
they
if
have.
this person needs something, you're the one that has to go do
Yeah.
the support?
I mean, like I don't really like I move people around, or if it's like extremely busy, I help them or whatever is going on. Fuck all that. Anyways, it's supposed to be like 4 or 5 of us on the dock. These people haven't showed up to work for like 3 weeks. And
Wow.
like
Why?
I'm talking, they just because it's kind of slow, so they give out VTO, and then when they do come, they don't do shit.
Sure.
Like they just go
Do
to
they
the area, just disappear, and they don't get in trouble or anything. And they keep cutting down people, so you end up having to do the work. Kind of like when you're at like the restaurant, and it's gonna be a slow day. They send everybody home, but then you might end up with like 10 tables type shit.
What were you saying, Ramazan?
Do you get paid when they don't go to work?
No, they don't get paid.
Oh, so
But it's
I thought you said PTO. You didn't say PTO.
no. VTO. It's voluntary time.
Voluntary. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotcha.
Because it's the place is kind of dead. Anyways, fuck that. So now the original manager who asked me when I asked about the ship clerk thing, now they see how I'm working with them. They asked me like, "Oh, do you want to train to be ship clerk now?" I'm looking. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, why wait like 2 months or a month after this whole situation to go?" And I kind of want to do it, but I kind of want to be petty and just be like, "No, fuck you, I don't want to do it."
He can't be petty though.
I know. So I don't know, but it just pissed me off.
I hear you. That's fair.
Yeah, like,
That's fair.
and I get it, but like, and they went behind the other manager's back, because when they grabbed me from that manager, he went to go talk to her and was like, "Oh, I want to grab Laz. I think he'll be a good fit for my team, for my little team that I have." But they went behind his back and asked me.
Wow.
And they didn't even tell me what was going on. So they had their own little plan, and even like it was the regular ship clerk, the assistant manager, and her manager, like all came to ask me the same question at the same time. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Sure.
But apparently they're trying to move things around, so there's only like 1 or 2 people that can actually do the job.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
it's a
one of
good
them.
thing. Huh? Yeah, I'm one of them.
Sure.
My manager, because I was telling my manager, he's new. He's like newer to that shift. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? And I was explaining to him, it's like, oh, you can look at it in a positive way because they see how you're working with them, and you should take it as a compliment. I'm like, oh, you don't understand. Like, it just pissed me off.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take the job, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer.
That was
okay.
I'm not a dumbass.
Didn't even think about it. All right, so Ramazan, you kind of had a little bit of beef with you're just over the political correctness, right? I'm with you. I'm just going to start that off right there. So go ahead.
I think it needs to be over. Before the election, there was a lot of divisive people. But it's growing. It's growing more and more every day. We are seeing this in our normal life.
Sure.
People are divided, not only in this country but around the world. But
Yeah.
the things that's happening in this country is affecting the rest of the world because
Sure.
people are watching this country.
Sure. Especially, oh, dude, it was so embarrassing.
Yeah,
the
for
crap
real.
with Trump, and like the Capitol siege, all that, just fucking embarrassing.
Especially how much we talk about
Yeah, exactly.
stuff like that all the time from
Yeah.
other countries. How are we gonna? We can't even say anything now. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true. It's true.
That's bothering me. But what bothered me the most, while politically people are divided in DC, I never cared about the politics because that's the reason I went to the business.
Sure.
but the normal people to be divided, that is dangerous.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think, regardless what is the political view of each other, remember one thing: we are created differently by the gods.
Sure.
So we are going to have a different opinions. We are going to have a different feelings, different desires.
Sure.
We must
Different
understand-
points of view,
That's right.
different, past,
Look.
different history.
Look, in the same family, you can have a gay guy, a lesbian girl, a straight guy, all different opinions,
Sure.
right? Or somebody who believes,
Democrat, Republican.
right? Of course, look, why we only have the two political party anyway, or we believe we live in a democracy, right?
Because, if-
How come, for example, let's talk about Republican side. They give you only one choice,
sure.
which is Trump.
Well, yeah, now.
And then on the other side, they give you one choice, which is Biden.
Sure.
That's not democracy. They're elected by their members.
Sure.
So they
sure.
give you only one choice.
I
That's
mean,
not
it's an interesting point. Have two Democrats up and two Republicans up. I guess
But they do a.
what if actually they allow you to choose the Democratic nominee
They
and
do.
Republican nominee?
They do that though.
no, but he's saying why can't we have two? Like, why couldn't Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton be up there? Why couldn't Mitt Romney and
That's
Trump?
that'd be tough.
But the reason why is because they want to hedge all their bets on one person because they have a better chance of winning. If I was to actually, but I'm with you on that. It's
But
funny.
again, I think people need to wake up. The normal people, the working class, which is us, needs to
Wall Street bets,
Yeah.
prime example of waking up, becoming woke. That's for sure.
Everybody needs to be one.
It's funny. We got beef about street ball, my job, and this, and Ron was like,
And
I
do you
have
know-
beef
do you
with
know-
political correctness.
Do you know what's funny? I guarantee you, in that 6 million people, which is probably 6.9, I think,
At this
in the
point.
Wall Street bet,
Sure.
50-50, maybe 50% of it is liberal, 50% is conservative.
Probably.
But they are together now.
They're unified.
100%.
They are unified for a common, I don't want to call it enemy, but what is that?
Wall Street bets, 7.5 million right now.
That's crazy.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
but that's what you can do when you're a unified group. You know what I
that's
mean?
crazy.
Instead of fighting each other.
6.8, yes, dude,
like,
700,000. Dude, this guy, he'll just pick the stock.
Yeah.
He could, I wonder, dude, he's dangerously close to, ending up in jail if this continues. I'm just
No,
saying.
no.
they
If
can't.
they
Figure out a
do
way to
that,
do it,
there's going to
man.
be a lot of troubles.
They can't
We'll
do
see.
that.
We'll see.
They can't
There's
do
going to be a lot of troubles.
All right, so my beef,
What? You
it's
got beef?
pretty freaking quick. I got a new fucking computer. I finally got one. I spent like $5,000 on it. It's a brand new iMac, 120 gigs of RAM.
Where is that?
Well, it's in the other freaking room.
Oh, he's not here.
And the reason why is so I get it. I hook up my time machine, which is the backup drive. Takes about 4 hours to import everything, get everything plugged in. I have at least 10 cables coming out of USBs for all this stuff. And then my music and all that. Everything's gone. And then I realize that the back of the new Macs are a USB 3 or Thunderbolt 3 or USB-C or Thunderbolt 3, and the previous one was Thunderbolt 2. So I'm like, great, now I got to get a Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 converter or adapter, which of course only Apple makes, which of course is $50. So I go to Amazon and I'm like, boom, can I get it? And sure enough, they're like, yep, it'll be there tomorrow, which is great. Comes in here, plug everything in, it just doesn't work. The powerhouse for my studio just doesn't work. So now, on top of everything, I have to spend another $1,000 on a new audio controller, which will be a USB-C or Thunderbolt 3, which will fit right into the new computer. So long story short, still waiting. So the little bit of echo that we hear, the popping, which in post I take it out, but that won't be there anymore. My editing will be a lot faster, but I'm just pissed off I didn't do a little bit more research because I'm like, yeah, I'll just get a computer. It'll be great. And sure enough, it just, I wish I could have had it all.
Wires fucked it up.
Yeah,
Basically.
just pretty much wires, pretty much. So
Should've
that's
got a
pretty much.
PC.
What's that?
Should have got a PC.
PC, whatever, dickhead.
He would never.
I would get one for gaming. I will 100% get one for gaming, but for music and video production and all that, not a freaking chance.
And you know what? I can't even say anything because that I will give to Apple.
What's that?
Video and audio.
This
But
computer
either way,
that I'm running right now, like I said, it's 5 years old. It is running 3 cameras in here, 3 microphones,
have a
Lucas on
question.
Zoom, live sound effects, and Lucas can hear the sound effects that are happening right here, all from this computer. What's your question?
I have a question. For GameStop,
Yep,
I don't play games, but
sure.
a lot of people do.
Yep.
Which computer? Is it Mac or PC?
No, GameStop is going to be mostly PC. You can get some stuff on Mac, but
Okay.
mostly GameStop is mainly Xbox and PlayStation.
So,
like consoles.
yeah, so PC works better with the
Video games.
with the GameStop,
100%.
right?
Because a lot
So-
of companies won't spend the money to rewrite the code to work for Mac also, when Mac only has like 10, 15% market share.
So from everything that I see, GameStop is not gonna go bankruptcy, is not gonna go down. That's one.
What's been happening, which is amazing, is they're selling shares back. A lot of these companies are making money just by selling the shares. So, all right, we're going to go. The only update that I have is they're still protesting Alex Navalny in Russia, still happening. It's a major, major deal. In fact, they're arresting so many people that they don't even have space for them in the freaking jails.
Wow.
And Navalny's brother, his like sister, family, they've arrested them all. It's pretty messed up. So because of that, I think it'd be nice to follow with.
Laz's Corner of Positivity.
So Laz, a little something positive, man. What you got for us this week?
A New York City cleaning woman is gifted a penthouse by the residents of the building.
New York City what?
Cleaning woman.
Cleaning woman? Okay, sure.
So she was going through a hard time because of the COVID
Sure.
and how things were going. So they basically told her, "Oh, there's an apartment for you to clean," but the 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom penthouse was
Nice.
actually for her.
Hell yeah.
So they paid her lease for 2 years.
On her apartment?
Oh no, they got her apartment
Oh,
at the
that
building
is her.
that she cleaned.
Oh, damn, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought like they gave it to her for like a weekend or something.
No. They
Hell
leased
yeah,
it for 2 years
dude.
for her.
That's amazing.
She said, "All you have to do is sign and take the keys."
Wow. And this was where?
New York, Sunny Sky.
Wow.
It's from Sunny Skies.
Question.
That's some loyalty. Go for it. Yeah.
Is the association fee included?
Right?
I mean, it's rental, so I'm pretty sure it is.
The resort fee.
Association fee.
Yeah.
You know the monthly fee that you pay? Maintenance
yeah.
fee?
Yeah, for sure.
That can be a
You have
lot.
to pay internet, garbage, sewage, water.
Yeah, water, electric.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's amazing though, man.
Yeah, that's for real.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's
That's the
amazing.
way to do it.
And you said New York?
New York.
New York City.
Oh,
Yeah, they are not losing, but they are giving a huge chunk of money away for that.
Well, no, I'm sure it's not nearly as busy as they used to be. When things start opening up, that might be a little bit more useful, but chances are there aren't that many, depending on how big the building is, there probably aren't that many people looking for apartments or rooms like that. So, all right, well, freaking rock on. I guess that's pretty much it. Anybody have any last minute thoughts? Anyone?
No, sir.
Anyone?
Thank you guys. This is great.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
to have
for
you,
the
bro.
invite. Amazing show.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, man. And we'll have you come back for sure. You were a great guest, like
Anytime.
you just had like awesome points of view. And we have two different types of guests. People that come in here, have good personality, but don't really have that much knowledge, on a broad base. And they have individuals like yourself that come in here, not a lot of personality. No, I'm just kidding.
That's also feel like
But seriously, just have a really broad knowledge base that really works with ours, because you had some information that we just don't have.
Can I finish with one last sentence?
Sure.
I believe if you are not changing somebody else's life,
Yep.
your life means nothing.
Sure.
So it's very important to share the knowledge that you have, the experience that you have, especially to the people who is in dark, who is looking for something. I always had, I always look for opportunity that somebody could show me, but I always had the difficulty. So whatever I learn, I try to pass it along to person next to me.
Sure. 100%. All right. Well, we'll end with that. This is Seth and Mike 1. We got Laz and Mike 2.
Yo.
We got Lucas in Mike 3.
Hey.
Ramazan, Rockin' Mike 4. It's been great having you, bro.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week. Boom.
Boom.